Okay. So yesterday we introduced our Safavid Empire, and we talked about Shah Ismail, how he was a conqueror, until he wound up coming across the Ottomans and their guns. We don't talk about many Safavid rulers because, unfortunately, the Safavid Empire had not a lot of great ones. But we are going to talk about one of the great ones, and one of the greatest rulers for pretty much any civilization we count, Shah Abbas. So the the Shahs after Ismail, they had a hard time keeping together all of the vast conquerings that Ismail did. And by 1588, thankfully, they're going to have someone who can come in and really clean up the situation and make the Safavid Empire a lasting and strong empire. So when Shah Abbas comes in, he has his beautiful hat. He's got his fantastic crest. So he says, I'm going to get right down to business. And he goes and reforms the government. He actually makes the government a lot more like the Ottoman government. And we're going to see this kind of consistent, how he's looking at the successes of the Ottoman Empire, and then he's saying, well, how can we go and be just as successful? And a lot of that's copying them. So one of the things we discussed in the Ottoman Empire was how merit is going to be what causes people to be promoted. He's going to bring that to the Safavid Empire. He's also going to strengthen the military. Primarily, he's first off going to acquire modern gunpowder weapons to go and be able to have a military edge over his opponents. But they're also going to go capture the Ottoman Janissary model. They'll realize, if we can go train this elite corps of soldiers, give them fantastic educations, fantastic technology, we can have a successful fighting force. So we see Shah Abbas's reforms are often going to be to copy the Ottoman Empire, but from copying them, he's going to bring the Safavids to greatness. And we're going to see he's going to wind up capturing land that the Ottomans had taken over time. And he's also going to go and battle and have many victories over one of their traditional enemies, the Uzbeks. We really don't talk about the Uzbek Sultanate. Safavids are kind of like off the radar that we talk about, and that would be going even further. So I do apologize to anybody who might have heritage with the Uzbeks, but we're not going to get to that. So Shah Abbas is also going to go and have construction and building in the capital city of Isfahan, which in a moment I'm going to show you an absolutely glorious artist rendition of the city of Isfahan. It's awesome. But I'll give you another moment because it looks like 2 or 3 of you are still writing. I miss that sound, the sound of pencils or pens feverishly writing on the papers. The looks of stress in your eyes as Mr. Kenny is about to go forward, and you're like, no, just one more second. I was kidding. I don't mess stressing you guys out, but I am going to go forward. So you're gonna have to check this out like in a bit. Look how awesome it is! It's humongous. It's great. We got Shah Abbas there going, admiring his glorious city. Well, let's see what it looks like today, because sure, this is an artist drawing from a long, long time ago. Here we see it today, or a couple of years ago when the pictures were taken. We're going to see it's got many similarities to the architecture we've seen from the region. We've got this beautiful, fountain in there, lots of greenery, trees. We have all of the intricate inlays and art. I'm sorry that the resolution is a little bit lower than I would like here. Here we can see some more. We see a beautiful mosque. Once again, the colors, the designs, the shapes. It's very reminiscent of what we've been seeing with the Ottomans and the Mughals. It's just fantastic. Here we see yet another image going to showing inside the delicate detail, the symmetry that we see, the floral design. I mean, it's really beautiful stuff. It's really, really cool. So Shah Abbas is going to bring a golden age for the Safavid culture. He is going to be the pinnacle of what the Safavids are able to go and do. And so one of the things he's going to do is he's actually going to go and bring some Chinese craftsmen over and have them teach them how to improve their ceramics. The Chinese are making porcelain, and he is going to go and have he's going to have some of those skills, not quite porcelain, but improved ceramics brought over there to increase their industry. As we just saw, we're going to see some arches and the gardens and places for people to be able to enjoy nature, to get shade. We saw the mosque, the decorated. So we had to get some real good pictures of what the kind of creation he was having with the city of Isfahan. And one of the things that becomes huge under Abbas is the Persian carpet industry. Now, some of you might be thinking, Mr. Kenny, why are you even talking about carpets? Well, the thing is, the Persian carpet is kind of like one of the de facto designs that I guarantee you have all have seen and walked on Persian style carpets. And they might not have been real, true Persian carpets because they are expensive, but they're extremely popular designs, and we'll see them on the next slide. And I bet you're gonna be like, "Hey, we have one of those in our house, or my grandma has one," or something like that. And so one of the things that we're going to see is we're going to have a lot of trade under Abbas. Because remember, having a golden age isn't just winning your military battles. It isn't just going and being a conqueror. It's about trade. It's about the economy, because those things, improving the lives of your citizens because they're able to make more money because they're creating their crafts. All right, so this is going to wind up really going and having the Safavid Empire be just a real powerhouse. Awesome. So let's go check out what these carpets look like. So, have you guys seen these kind of things? Yeah, like my mom, like all over her house, she's got a ton of them. I've got a carpet that is similar to this one. Now, it's not always like obviously have to be. These aren't the only three designs, but this idea you have like the border area. It's floral. It's has symmetry, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a Persian style carpet, and it's still famous today. So we've talked about their golden age. Now we're going to end them. I know. Safavids, we hardly knew you, just 2 days. Yeah, very cool. Very cool, guys. Here's the thing. They had lots of trade, but the trade was not always good. You can make bad trades. I remember when I was your age and a little bit younger, I loved to collect cards. My favorite kind of cards were X-Men, Marvel cards, things like that. And I know some older kids, they would go and they would see, oh, that I had a hologram card, and they would go trade me like a couple of their junky cards, and they'd give me a bunch of them to take my hologram, and I realized later that was a bad trade. Well, the Safavids wound up trading a lot of their gold and silver and giving that out, so their gold and silver left their country, and then products came in. Which, when you run out of gold and silver, that is a promise, or not a problem. You need to have those things. That's what currencies are based off of. Also, another issue that we have is, if you notice, we've talked about 2 Safavid rulers, and that's it. We talked about their founder, and then Shah Abbas. Most of the rulers for the Safavids, unfortunately, were not particularly great at ruling. Many of them were interested in the fact that, hey, I'm rich and powerful. I can party hardy all the time, instead of thinking, how can I take care of my people? Shah Abbas, you're going to read in your reading today, he's going to personally go visit the shopkeepers in his city. He's going to go around. The people are going to know him. And he's going to go patronize the shops, meaning he's going to go in there and he's not going to tell Madeline, oh, thank you very much. No, he's going to go pay for Madeline's products. People are going to know him. Most of the rulers, like I said, they were just interested in being rich and partying. But also just the fact that they had powerful neighbors. They're battling against the Ottomans. They're battling against the Afghans in the north. The Russians are becoming more powerful. and attacking them from the north and from the east. So they're constantly under attack. And we've talked about this kind of thing before, that when you're constantly under attack, even if you're strong, it whittles you down. It weakens you over time. So the empire is going to end eventually when an Afghan army is going to capture Isfahan. But really, the empire was declining ever since Shah Abbas left the throne when Shah Abbas died. So that's our notes for the day. I'm going to end the recording. Do we have any questions?